year is 1645, Kyushu, Japan. Inside the Rigando cave, an old man sits alone. He is dying. Cancer is eating him from the inside. He possesses nothing. No home, no wife, no children, no lord to serve, just his swords and a brush. This is Miyamoto Musashi, the greatest swordsman who ever lived, undefeated in 60 duels to the death. He has walked through rivers of blood. He has broken the bones of contenders and shattered the pride of masters. But in his final week, facing the only enemy he cannot cut down, death itself, he does not write a will. He does not ask for pity. He writes a manifesto, 21 lines, the Dokkodo, the way of walking alone. This is not a list of rules for polite society. It is a manual for the solitary soul, a blueprint for absolute, unshakable mental iron. It is the final scream of a dragon before it fades into the void. If you are lost, if you are weak, if you feel the weight of the world crushing your spine, listen closely. Musashi is about to teach you how to stand. But before we continue to the Musashi path and the practice, I want to thank you for being here. If you appreciate this, please take a second to subscribe and turn on notifications. Not for the algorithm, but for the message that helps people who are suffering. Your little action helps to push the video to that person who's suffering and want to build a beautiful life. Thank you so much. We are building a community here, dedicated to living deeper lives. To understand the Dokkodo, you must understand the price of freedom. Musashi lived as a ronin, a wave man, drifting. He realized that society is a cage. Comfort is a poison. Validation is a trap. The 21 principles are designed to strip you of everything that makes you weak. Let us walk the path. Principle 1. Accept everything just as it is. We fight reality every day. We wish we were richer, taller, born in a different time. We wish she hadn't left. We wish the economy was better. Musashi says, stop. This is the ultimate Stoic command. The world does not care about your preferences. The rain falls on the just and the unjust. If you are broke, you are broke. If you are sick, you are sick. Fighting the fact of the matter drains your energy. When you accept reality, you stop being a victim of it. You become a master of it. You look the tiger in the eye. You do not wish it was a kitten. You accept the tiger, and then you draw your sword. Acceptance is not passivity. It is the prerequisite for action. Principle 2. Do not seek pleasure for its own sake. Look at modern men, dopamine junkies, scrolling, eating, drinking, lusting, chasing the next high. Musashi lived in the mud. He knew that pleasure makes the spirit soft. When you chase pleasure, you are a slave to your senses. You are a dog running after a car you will never catch. Pleasure is fleeting. It evaporates the moment you taste it, leaving you emptier than before. Do not run from pain. Do not run toward pleasure. Walk the middle path. Do what is necessary, not what feels good. Principle 3. Do not, under any circumstances, depend on a partial feeling. Impulse is your enemy. I feel like skipping the gym. I feel like quitting. I feel angry. Musashi warns against acting on half-baked emotions. A partial feeling is a whim, a fleeting shadow. If you build your life on how you feel in the moment, you will build a house on sand. Decisions must be made with the whole spirit, with cold logic and burning purpose. Never let a temporary emotion destroy a permanent ambition. Principle 4. Think lightly of yourself and deeply of the world. The ego is heavy. We are obsessed with ourselves, our image, our status, our legacy. Musashi says, "Put it down. You are dust. You are a flash of lightning in an eternal night. When you think too much of yourself, you are easily offended. You are fragile. But when you think deeply of the world, when you study history, nature, strategy, and truth, you become expansive. Small ego, big mind. That is the formula for power. Stop looking in the mirror. Look out the window." Principle 5. Be detached from desire your whole life long. Desire is a chain. The desire for fame creates fear of obscurity. The desire for money creates fear of poverty. Every desire you hold is a handle that the world can use to control you. Musashi walked alone because he wanted nothing. When you want nothing, you are untouchable. You cannot be bribed. You cannot be threatened. You are free. This is not about being a monk who does nothing. It is about acting without addiction to the result. Fight to win, but do not need the victory to breathe. Principle 6. Do not regret what you have done. Regret is a ghost. It haunts the weak. It is an attempt to travel back in time and change the unchangeable. Musashi killed men, many men. If he hesitated, if he regretted a strikeman swing, he would be dead. Own your past. It is yours. Good or bad, it carved you. To regret is to distrust your own journey. Learn. Adapt. Move forward. Never look back. There is nothing there for you anymore. Principle 7. Never be jealous. Jealousy is an admission of inferiority. When you look at another man's harvest, you neglect your own field. Musashi knew there was always someone younger, faster, stronger. It didn't matter. He focused on his way, his sword. Comparison is the thief of joy. But more importantly, it is the thief of focus. Eyes on your own path. Let them have their glory. You have your work. Principle 8. Never let yourself be saddened by a separation. People leave, parents die, lovers drift away, friends become strangers. The nature of life is transient. To be attached to permanence is to be insane. Musashi traveled alone. He understood that every meeting ends in a parting. If you fall apart when you lose someone, you were never whole to begin with. Honor the time you had, but when the road forks, walk your path without tears. Solitude is the natural state of the warrior. Principle 9. Resentment and complaint are inappropriate for oneself or others. Complaining is the language of the defeated. It's not fair. They cheated. It's too hard. Shut your mouth. Resentment is drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. It rots your spirit. Musashi dealt with enemies who wanted to kill him. He didn't resent them. He studied them. If the world is harsh, harden yourself. Do not waste a single breath complaining about the weather. Build a roof. Principle 10. Do not let yourself be guided by the feeling of lust or love. This is controversial. But look at how many great men have fallen because of a woman, because of an obsession. Musashi is not saying, do not love. He is saying, do not be guided by it. Do not let your biological drive steer the ship. Lust makes you irrational. It makes you reckless. Romantic love can make you soft, dependent, and fearful of loss. Love if you must. But keep your hand on the hilt of your sword. Your mission comes first, always. Principle 11. In all things have no preferences. I only like sunny days. I only like soft beds. You have just limited your world. When you have preferences, you have weaknesses. If you only fight well on dry ground, you will die in the swamp. Musashi mastered the long sword and the short sword. He fought in fields, in dojos, and on beaches. He adapted. Be like water. Take what is given. Use what is available. Turn the disadvantage into a weapon. Principle 12. Be indifferent to where you live, a palace or a cave. It does not matter. The environment does not make the man. The man makes the environment. If you need a perfect office to work, you are not a worker. You are a prima donna. If you need a perfect gym to train, you are not an athlete. Musashi slept in the rain. He slept in castles. His internal state remained the same. Your fortress is inside your skull. Principle 13. Do not pursue the taste of good food. Gluttony, the slow killer. We are obsessed with flavor, with complexity. We eat for entertainment, not for fuel. Musashi viewed food as coal for the furnace, nothing more. When you are a slave to your palate, you are soft. Eat to survive. Eat to fight. Simple food keeps the body lean and the mind sharp. Feasts are for the celebratory. Fasting is for the visionary. Principle 14. Do not hold on to possessions you no longer need. Clutter in the home is clutter in the mind. We hoard things, just in case. Musashi traveled light. If a tool served no purpose, it was discarded. If a technique served no purpose, it was forgotten. Minimalism is not an aesthetic. It is a tactical advantage. The less you carry, the faster you move. Shed the dead weight. Principle 15. Do not act following customary beliefs. Tradition is peer pressure from dead people. Just because everyone does it doesn't mean it's right. The herd is usually wrong. The herd is usually heading toward the slaughterhouse. Musashi created his own style, Niten Ichi-ryu, 2 swords. Unheard of at the time, they mocked him until he killed them. Think for yourself. Question authority. Question ritual. Question the normal. The way is not found on the paved road. It is found in the brush. Principle 16. Do not collect weapons or practice with weapons beyond what is useful. Gear acquisition syndrome. We buy the best cameras, the best shoes, the best laptops, and we never use them. We confuse buying the tool with doing the work. Musashi warns. Do not become a collector. A master with a wooden stick beats a novice with a legendary blade. Master the tools you have. Do not fetishize the equipment. Fetishize the skill. Principle 17. Do not fear death. The ultimate fear, the root of all anxiety. We live our lives terrified of the end, so we never truly start. Musashi lived with death on his shoulder. In the way of the samurai, one must act as if they are already dead. When you accept that you will die, perhaps today, perhaps tomorrow, you lose all fear. You take risks. You speak the truth. You live with urgency. Death is the price of life. Pay it willingly. Principle 18. Do not seek to possess either goods or fiefs for your old age. The retirement trap. I will work a job I hate for 40 years so I can relax when I am 65. Musashi rejects this. He did not hoard wealth for a comfortable decline. He lived fully until the moment his heart stopped. Do not mortgage your present for a future that is not guaranteed. Rely on your spirit, not your savings account. Security is an illusion. Capability is the only real insurance. Principle 19. Respect Buddha and the gods without counting on their help. Musashi was spiritual, not religious. He bowed to the shrines. He respected the unseen, but he never prayed for victory. Praying for an easier life is an insult to the gods. They gave you strength. Use it. God helps those who help themselves. Do not wait for a miracle. Be the miracle. The sword is in your hand, not Buddha's. Principle 20. You may abandon your own body, but you must preserve your honor. The body is a vessel. It will rot. It will fail. But your name, your reputation, your honor, that echoes in eternity. Musashi would rather die than live as a coward. In a world of compromising men, be uncompromising. Keep your word. Stand by your principles, even if it costs you your life. Because a life without honor is just biological existence. It is not living. Principle 21. Never stray from the way. Focus, discipline, consistency. Once you have decided on your path, whether it is the sword, the pen, the business, or the family, do not waver. There will be distractions. There will be temptations. There will be days when you want to quit. Musashi's final command is a plea for total dedication. The way is hard. The way is lonely. But it is the only way worth walking. Why does a 400-year-old list written by a dying killer matter to you? Because the world hasn't changed. The weapons have changed. The distractions have multiplied. But the battle is the same. It is the battle against your own weakness, against the desire to be comfortable, to be liked, to be safe. The Dokkodo is extreme. It is not for everyone. It is for the man who feels out of place in a soft world. It is for the man who wants to walk alone, not because he is antisocial, but because he refuses to slow down for the herd. Musashi died days after writing these words. He died standing on his own 2 feet. Spiritually, he left us the map. The question is, do you have the courage to walk the path? Stay focused, stay sharp, and never stray from the way.